Uldin the Scythian was one of the sons of Grand Monarch Balambayer, who, after Balambay's death, became the leader of the Hun alliance Os Scythia in 399. His name means sublime. Several contemporary and later sources report his reign. Uldin is first mentioned in sources in 400. At this time, alongside the lower Danube, defeated most of Gaius's Gothic army that had previously plundered around Constantinople. As a sign of the good intentions of the Hun king, sent the head of the enemy leader to the Eastern Roman Emperor Arcadius. An alliance was made with the Eastern Roman Empire when it broke away from Rome, i.e. AD. In 395. Under this treaty, the Huns took back territories from Anatolia to Mesopotamia. The condition for helping the Western Roman Empire was to clear the territories occupied by the northern Goths. That is, to take possession of the Carpathian Basin again. Thus, Hunnia extended its western border to the Alps. The condition of the Hun alliance was also the payment of an annual tax, which the Eastern and Western Roman empires paid exactly, in gold, to the Hun king. In the Balkans, where a religious war against Eastern Christians began in 404 AD, the Huns were called to help. King Uldin came with the Hun armies and 404. Appeared in Thrace in the fall of the year. In the winter of 404 to 405 AD, he established order and gave protection to the people who followed the Christian faith in the east. He drove the Goths out of Thrace and freed the Greeks from the uncultivated, barbaric horde. The Romans called on the Huns for help when Illyria was attacked by the Goths and Ostrogoths. Then, in April 406, Uldin, using the well-established Hun fighting style, surrounded and completely destroyed the Gothic armies. They reaped a huge victory, so the Romans believed they should never fear the Goths again. A Gate of Victory was built in Rome, on which it was written that the Gothic people were forever destroyed. The Huns, being allied with the Romans, kept their word, especially King Uldin, a prominent ruler who did the same in the case of the treaty with Byzantium. Although the Gate of Victory was built in Rome, the Goths did not perish in 406. The Goths invaded the Western Roman Empire again in 408 AD and occupied Rome in 410 AD, marched through the city like a wild horde and killed the inhabitants with inhuman cruelty. What else could the Romans do? They turned to the Huns again for help, and King Uldin helped again. This is the period when Aetius the Roman prince was sent to the court of Uldin, king of the Huns, in accordance with the treaty. Aetius learned the language of the Huns. He got to know their fighting style and weapons, and, living with them, he fell in love with them. The Huns also loved and supported Aetius, so much so that they provided him with a respectable Hun army when, in 409, he marched against the Goths from the north to Italy. The biggest enemies of the Huns were the Goths, and so they helped Aetius because they knew him. Gothic chief Alaric was killed in one of the battles in 410. Uldin, king of the Huns, died in 410 AD. After the governance of Chariton and Donat, 3 sons of Uldin followed him in the reign. As part of the triumvirate, Oktar and Ruga ruled from the Carpathian Basin in Europe, and Bendigus or Mundukus ruled in the east. Bendigus had a son, named, Attila, later named the Sword of God, born in 406.